Hello everyone, and welcome back to the sbre. In today's video, we're taking a look at the 2020 thriller movie, The Hunt, starring Betty Gilpin and Hilary Swank. The Hunt tells the story of 8 powerful elites who trap and hunt 12 commoners for fun. However, they realize a little too late that one of the captives is a little too much for them to handle. Watch the video till the end so you don't miss out on anything. Now just sit back, relax, and enjoy. The movie opens up with the back view of a woman sitting in an office when she gets a message in a group chat where a man named Ted was building up to a big reveal. All 7 other members were waiting in suspense, only to receive a meme of a turtle to realize that he was just joking around. The conversation then shifts to Richard complaining about his in-chef doing something horrible. The members were furious about the incident. When one woman named Athena typed out that she can't wait for the hunt to begin at the manor where they can hunt some commoners, the group chats immediately started to panic, and a woman, Liberty, alerted everyone that she would delete this thread. The scene shifts to an airplane where a flight attendant offers Richard a drink. He then asks the flight attendant if she liked her job, but before she can respond, she sees something that makes her drop the bottle of champagne with the glass. A man was making his way up the aisle looking very dazed as he tries to speak. This causes Richard to panic, and the loud noise wakes up Ted, who claims to be a doctor to calm the man down. He then made him lay on the floor and asks the flight attendant if he can borrow a pen. Without warning, he brought the pen down on the man's neck, making blood splatter everywhere. Though Richard was shocked at first, he wasn't surprised that Ted just stabbed a man. Instead, he was complaining that the hunt hasn't even started yet. Ted simply brushed off the remarks, stating it was his fault for waking up before the time. All the commotion woke up Athena, who made her way towards the noise. As she saw the man still alive and clutching his neck, she took out her heel and called for him. And when he turned around, she stabbed the heel into his eyes before ordering someone to dispose of the corpse in the back. The man was still alive as Ted dragged him away into the back, where another woman was also sleeping. The next scene shows a girl in blue clothes waking up in the middle of the forest, only to find her mouth is locked shut. As she stands there trying to figure out what's going on, she finds a woman named Crystal by the lake. She tries to call for her, but Crystal ignores her and leaves. She then sees a man and decides to follow him. She walks out into an open field and sees many other people like her. In the middle of the field, there was a big cardboard box that everyone was cautiously approaching, but no one was willing to open it. One man steps forward and starts to break in, making everyone else run away and hide. When the box opens, a pig walks out, but the men spot something else inside and pull it out. It was a showcase filled with weapons. Everyone rushed to grab one for themselves. The girl in the blue shirt also approaches them, but suddenly sees keys that can open their mouths. She approaches a man named Tucker and unlocks his mouth, asking him to do the same. Everyone unlocks themselves and each of them grab a weapon, when suddenly shooting breaks out around them. Tucker and the girl hide behind the big cardboard box, but the girl wasn't properly hidden and the bullet pierces through her head, killing her. Tucker becomes very scared and sees that a woman is hiding inside the big box. They plan to make it to the jungle when they see another man firing his guns towards the direction of the gunshot. He's immediately shot down and killed. Tucker sends the girl first and watches as all the bullets miss her, but before she could reach the forest, she falls down into a pit. Gathering his courage, Tucker does the same and crosses the field. When he peeks inside the pit, he sees the girl lying there with her stomach and leg pierced by big nails. He carefully helps her up and walks her into the forest when suddenly he steps on a big explosive. The next thing we know, Tucker is blown to pieces and the girl is back in the hole. Another man, Staten, who was watching this, carefully approaches the girl only to find her still alive with her bottom half missing. The girl begs him to shoot her, and when he refuses, she takes his gun and shoots herself. The shooting starts again, and Staten makes his way deeper into the forest. He comes across a fence and meets 3 others there. They decide to climb over the fence and follow the road until they find civilization. They finally realize that they're being hunted. The 3 of them are on the other side and were helping the 4th man when suddenly an arrow strikes him down. They have no choice but to leave him behind. The other 3 came across a gas station and ask for help. When the old woman and man keep insisting he take the money and leave, he pulls out his gun and demands a phone. He dials 911 but realizes that the operator was behaving very weirdly. Seconds later, the woman who was with them starts choking after eating something off the shelf. When he looks back, he sees the couple were now wearing gas masks. They released a gas bomb. Staten goes to attack them but is shot by the old man, while the other 2 die of poisoning. The couple was cleaning up when they got a radio call alerting them that an unarmed woman was coming their way. Crystal walks into the store and asks for a pack of smokes. The couple is confused why she isn't freaking out, and they let their guard down. She takes out some money and asks them where they were. The woman offers her some change and tells her that they were in Arkansas. Crystal bangs the woman's head on the table and jumps over the counter, taking the gun and shooting the man before she turns to the woman, telling her that she messed up because smokes in Arkansas only cost $7. She shoots her before walking out of the door to examine the parked car. She notices that the license plate was fake and that the handles were all connected to a bomb. She hides behind a bush and listens to the others talking on the radio. They become worried when they don't hear back from the couple and send over a drone, which is shot down by someone else. They realize that someone is monitoring their radio and stop talking immediately. She sees a man cautiously making his way to the car and whistles to warn him not to open it. The two then follow the train tracks that Crystal had seen earlier. Walking along the tracks, Crystal suddenly feels the vibration of a train coming and manages to get inside an open compartment. She also pulls up Gary, who is struggling. She stays cautious because she feels they got away too easily. And sure enough, they encounter a group of hiding immigrants. A man comes forward and tries to explain something in a foreign language. Gary is immediately annoyed by their presence because he believes they were crisis actors. But when Crystal sees a child among the immigrants, she tells Gary to calm down. Their train is suddenly stopped by a bunch of military officers. Crystal then tells Gary to ditch their gun before cooperating with the officers. Gary tries to explain to the officers that they're Americans and tries to tell them that these people were crisis actors and that he's been exposing this in his podcast, but the officers only laugh it off and leave. Gary is still convinced that the immigrants aren't real, and as if on cue, a man suddenly starts talking in English. He tells Gary to calm down and not run his mouth because this wasn't a part of their plan. He tells them that apart from him, everyone else is a real immigrant. Furious at being told what to do, Gary attacks the man and knocks him down, opening his bag that was filled with grenades. Gary takes one and stuffs it down his pants. Everyone runs away and hides as the man desperately tries to get the grenade away from himself, but it's too late. Gary is arrested, and Crystal along with the rest of the immigrants are sent off to a camp. Crystal is then taken to a high-ranking official who asks for any ID that could prove that she's American, but she tells them that she was suddenly kidnapped in the middle of her work and doesn't have any ID proof on her. The official suddenly asks her if she was part of the hunt, and she suspiciously asks how he knew about the hunt. He signals to bring someone in, and it's Dawn, another person who had managed to escape from the hunt. Crystal insists that they call the American embassy so they can go back home, and the officer finally agrees. Dawn is excitedly talking about how they will both be famous once they tell everybody about this hunt, while Crystal is uninterested to know about why they are after her. She just wants to escape alive. Behind Dawn, she sees an officer from the embassy that had come to pick them up. In the car, the officer insistently talks about the hunt and says that they must have done something to deserve this. While Dawn keeps denying ever having crossed someone, Crystal finds it weird that the officer is so sure that they did something wrong. She holds the overhead handle and swings her feet to kick the driver in the face. She then opens the door and throws him out of the car before reversing the car and crushing his head. She tells Dawn that this man was one of the people hunting them and that he was taking them somewhere. She opens the trunk and finds Gary's body in the car. Lost about where to go, she remembers a story her mother told her. She finally figures out that the best way to stop them would be to kill all those elites before they kill anyone else. As if on cue, the pig that came out of the big box exits the forest and they realize that they're very close to where they woke up. Back in an underground bunker, all the elites are alert and waiting for the man to bring Crystal and Dawn back. Meanwhile, Richard leaves the base to go to the bathroom, where Crystal sneaks behind him and slits his throat, killing him. Unaware of the new turn of events, everyone continues to chatter amongst themselves until they hear a series of footsteps above the bunker. Suddenly, the pig slides in and everyone shoots at it without looking. They were all distracted by the pig, and Crystal had snuck behind them. One by one, she manages to kill everyone. The only one who puts up a good fight was the ex-soldier who was there to supervise them. Everyone is dead when Athena calls on the radio. But then she takes Dawn's name, making Crystal believe that he's one of them. She turns them against each other, and Crystal has no choice but to kill him. Athena then taunts Crystal to come and get her at the manor. Crystal asks the ex-soldier about the manor, and he suggests that she should escape while she's still alive, and warns her that Athena has been training for 8 months to fight with her. She declines his offer and kills him after he gives her the address. In a flashback, we see that a year ago, a series of chats were leaked about Athena and 7 others. This was the same chat where they were talking about hunting humans. It has ended everyone's career in the group chat because everyone believes that the hunt was real. Athena tries to tell them that they were just joking around, but the matter has become so serious that she's asked to leave. Now that all of them lost their jobs and respect in society, this group of elites is looking for revenge. And because they can't kill everyone who wronged them, they chose 12 people who had left bad comments about them online. Crystal was chosen by Athena herself because she had apparently badmouthed her alone. And so, the hunt began. Now in the present, Crystal has reached the manor where Athena tells her to drop her gun before entering. She had to do as Athena says because there were bombs planted in the entryway. She walks to the house and sees a dog, wondering where Athena was. She hears a voice from the kitchen and finds Athena cooking. Athena asks her if she knows why she was here, but Crystal confidently says she has no idea who Athena was until she decided to try and kill her. Athena proudly states everything about Crystal's background, and that's when Crystal starts laughing and tells her that she has the wrong girl. Athena thinks she's trying to deceive her, and they start fighting. The fighting destroys the entire kitchen, and it looked like Crystal was getting the upper hand when Athena pulled out a gun. She follows Crystal upstairs, and Crystal somehow manages to knock the gun out of her hand. They were both heavily injured at this point. The fight continues in the kitchen, and Crystal has the upper hand as she's holding Athena in a chokehold, but Athena somehow manages to escape and stabs Crystal's stomach with a blender knife. She's about to kill her when Crystal pulls the knife out of her stomach and stabs Athena with it, making her fall. As they lay there side by side, Athena is on the verge of her death when she asks Crystal if she had really picked the wrong girl. Crystal confirms one last time that she had the wrong girl, and Athena dies. In the final scene, we see Crystal in Athena's bedroom drinking wine and putting on her best dress before she leaves the house with the dog. In the backyard, a captain and the same flight attendant were waiting for Athena. Crystal informs them that Athena is dead and boards the flight home. That was it for today, guys. We hope you enjoyed the video. What are your thoughts about this movie? Would you watch it? Have a movie you want us to recap? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.